Hey everybody, welcome back to Random Rants with Brooklyn. I'm your host, Brooklyn. Today's random rant topic is going to be about a story time, actually. It's going to be my school trip. No guest for today, just me, chilling. So let's get on with the rant for today. Or start it, I don't know. It's been a while since I've done my podcast. Anyway, so basically, for context, I was in orchestra a couple years back, and we went on a fine arts trip, or like a band strings choir trip to New York, then Orlando after that. And so we had a lot of practicing going on, and yeah, so we fly out on a day, I don't remember, it was in like February. So we fly out to go to New York. We get there, we have to like regroup because it's band. We have most of our instruments were in the belly, the bed, whatever the cargo part of the plane is. So most of our instruments were under there, but like for violin and viola and the other handheld instruments, like the band people who had like flutes and stuff, the flutes I feel like the smaller instruments were easier to just put in their bags, but our violas and violins and everyone else, I don't know all the band instruments, but basically if you had like a carry-on, that was your carry-on item. And then your personal item was like your bag. And then all the big items, like the cello, we had one cello, and their cello went in where the luggage goes, and everyone else's stuff went in where the luggage goes as well. So we get to New York, and we're getting all of our stuff off. We drive in a tour bus. There were 3 tour buses, I think, maybe 2, that took all of us to the hotel that we were staying at. So we get to the hotel, everyone unloads, we all get assigned our rooms, we go up, and after that we all like got settled. And then the next day, I think it was the next day, I don't remember the schedule, but basically, I think we went touring the first day. So like we went around, we toured different sites, did different like walk-arounds and stuff. And then after we toured, the second day we were in New York, we went to Gershwin Theaters, and we watched Wicked, the musical. And honestly, after Wicked came out in theaters, like the movie, I was confused, because when you sit in Broadway and stuff, it's just one sitting, maybe with like an intermission. An intermission, and you go and you just sit there, go through the intermission to go to the bathroom and stuff. So when I saw it in theaters, I was like, wait, you don't watch the full thing? I was confused because I had seen it at Gershwin Theater, and I was like, wait, you don't watch the full thing? So we had to wait for the part 2 to come out, which I think that's coming out this year. I don't know. But after that, the next day, so we went home. We went to the hotel. The next day, we go to like this workshop thing to learn about what different people did for the Wicked musical. Like we met like 2 of the actors, I think. Like 2 of the people who were in Wicked. Then after that, we went to, I think, Rockefeller Center, and we skated around. And we had to wait for a while, so everyone was kind of just like going around the shops and stuff. And it was cold. And so we kind of just did like story times. We were talking about different stuff, all of our friends and stuff. And so we go back to the hotel, and then I don't know if it was the next day. The next day we went to like the major places, and we ate at a little shop thing. I don't know. But then we went to the Brooklyn Bridge, the 9/11 Memorial, the the building that people go to. Yeah, that was super specific. Yeah, the building people go to, obviously. And then we went to the hotel. We went back to the hotel. We get to some place. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what we did. Gosh, I can't remember. Basically, since I can't remember anything, after we went to New York, we then got on a plane. Well, we went to the airport, and we were there for almost half the day, because our flight, we all woke up at like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. to leave the hotel at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., I don't remember which. So we leave the hotel, get in our tour bus, go to the airport, and we're sitting in the airport's lobby for almost the entire half of the day. It was almost 1 o'clock when we left, I think. And we were just sitting in the airport for so long because our flights kept getting delayed. We finally get on the airport, and we were supposed to go like mini golfing or something once we got to Orlando. But we didn't because we were so late. So then we get to the Orlando airport. Then we drive in vans, not tour buses, but we all go in vans to, what's it called? Our hotel. I can't believe I forgot what it was called. So we go to our hotel, and we all get in our rooms and all that sort of stuff. And the next day we were supposed to go to Universal Studios to just like walk around and stuff. Basically have the day to ourselves or something. And so we go to Universal Studios, we walk around, all that sort of stuff. I don't remember if we did any touring in Orlando. I don't think we did. But basically we get there, we do a workshop after that. We do like this little workshop where the people who perform for the shows and stuff in Universal showed us how to do it. We did like a voiceover thing for, I think it was the Troll movie or something. And we also recorded us playing a piece from one of the Troll scenes, and they inputted it in. So that was kind of cool. Like the band and orchestra played together, and then the choir sang. And that was really cool. I'm getting out of breath and I'm just talking. So then after that we went to our hotel. So basically, we go there, we went to the hotel. I don't know if this was the night before or after. I don't remember. So I think it was the night after, yeah. So basically we get to the place, to Universal Studios, and we do our performance really early. So we had to go before the park even opened. So we get there really early. All of our stuff's there. We had to change into our uniforms and stuff for all of our performance. So we get there, and band, choir, strings, all of us like go up and perform on stage for Universal. And then we get into we have the rest of the day basically to go hang out around Universal. And then I think after that, I don't know if this was the day before or after, but we go back to the hotel, and we had a couple of places where like we ate at restaurants or something. I think we went to like a mall, maybe, I don't remember. So then there's one day that we literally just have purely going to Universal and just hanging out all day, going to the different rides, riding the different rides, going to like different shops and stuff. And the night before that, the fire alarms go off in the smoke detectors. The smoke detectors go off for the fire alarms in our hotel. And so it was like 12 a.m. or something when the fire alarms go off. And what's funny is one of the parents who was in our room, she had just made something in the microwave or on the stove or something, and it like kind of smelled like burning, but that wasn't it. So we all leave, and we honestly thought that the smoke alarms went off because of us. And then we all leave, go out, like everyone had to leave, go outside, and we're all waiting outside, and a couple of us could smell gas from like the hotel. I kept telling people, I was like, I think there's like a gas leak or something, like maybe that's what's going on, but we didn't know what was going on. So we all go back to sleep. We all go back inside, we all start to fall asleep, and I think it was 2 a.m. or 2 a.m. I think it was, the fire alarm went off again. And so basically the rooms were split, boys, girls, obviously. So we had to basically share 2 beds, like 2 people per bed in our hotel rooms, and there was 4 beds. I mean, 2 beds. There were 2 beds. There were 2 beds, and then there was like a pull-out couch. But since we had a parent in our room, she slept on the pull-out couch, and the girls slept. So my friend who was sharing a bed with me, I had to wake her up because she was still sleeping, even though like the fire alarms were going off. So we all get up, we all go back downstairs, back into the lobby area, then out the door, and we're all waiting outside in the parking lot. Everyone's coming out, the fire alarm's still going off, and it's funny because we're all like out there. It's like we're all very confused, and we're just sitting out there, and we're just waiting for the fire alarms to stop. We all go back inside the hotel, we all go to sleep, and then it's like 4 a.m. and I had just showered. I was finally getting changed because we rotate to like share the bathroom and stuff. And so right as I'm getting my clothes on, the fire alarm beeps again, and I'm throwing on my clothes. I rush out the door, and then it finally stops, and I'm just like standing outside. We're all ironing our uniforms and stuff. And it happened like 2 more times that morning where it was like, I guess it was a test or something. So then we all leave, and I don't know if this was the day we were going home or the day we were supposed to basically be performing, or the day we were going to Universal or something. All I know is that we did have to go somewhere the next morning. So then we get up at like 4 a.m. to go to the airport. We go to the airport. I think we had a breakfast, maybe. We didn't. We had like the hotel breakfast. We go to the airport. Then we fly out from Orlando's airport, I think. So basically, we fly out from the airport. We're supposed to be getting to the planes and stuff. But yeah, so it was a very chaotic trip. And honestly, it was really fun. But I think my favorite part of the trip was probably performing, or maybe it was going to New York. But the most memorable part of the trip was the fire alarms going off, which is kind of funny since, honestly, if you have to wake up the next morning early and a fire alarm goes off at like 2 a.m., I'm pretty sure you would wake up too, and that would be a very memorable part of your trip. But yeah, so basically that was the trip, the fine arts trip. It was fun. I loved it. I quit orchestra. I'm taking another elective now, but I loved orchestra. I do love strings, but it was just very stressful for me. But the fine arts trip was definitely very memorable, and yeah, I guess that's it. That's the end of the episode. Thank you for sparing your time and ears to listen to Random Rants with Brooklyn. Hope to have you come back and listen again soon. If you have any suggestions for future rant requests or improvement ideas, let me know. Thanks and goodbye. Have a lovely day.